Hey, how's it going? Today I will be showing you how to pretty much take out any trader without being detected. And on top of that, I'm also going to be showing you an AFK exploit. There's a lot that we will be going over in today's video, but most importantly, if this is your second time or third time stopping by the channel, feel free to subscribe now. It's completely free. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's first start off by talking about how to capture any merchant and also able to take them out without being wanted. This is a huge one because a lot of the times when you're trying to attack a merchant, most likely you will be wanted. And how do you avoid this? It's quite easy. What we are going to do is head over here towards the small settlement. Once you're here, make sure that you have brought some spheres. You do want a sphere that has a very high chance of capturing a pal, or in this case, a merchant. Not only will you be needing a sphere, but you will also need your pal, of course. What we are going to do is set it to be command attack aggressively. Then summon down your pal. Your pal is going to then attack the merchant. What's going to happen is that most likely this merchant is also going to target you. That's okay. Just let it happen. If you can, definitely avoid the shots. But what should happen is that the merchant is going to attack your pal and your pal is going to attack the merchant. But you're not going to get a wanted level. What happens if you do decide to do this towards the left side here at the top? You can definitely do this with any NPC. It will work either or. Just do not attack them like I have done on the bottom section there. This does not mean you cannot use your pal to attack, but just absolutely do not use your sword or a weapon of some sort. Because if you do decide to use your sword and attack, you will receive a wanted level. The best thing to do here is just allow your pal to attack like previously. Next, coming up at number 2, we're going to talk about an exploit and a glitch. We are going to be going over an AFK XP exploit. What we need to do here is first off travel towards the bottom section here, towards the small settlement. We are going to capture a merchant. Personally, what I recommend is that you use a legendary sphere, but you can probably use a hyper one. I've yet to do that. In this video, I will be using a legendary sphere. Once you do have that unlocked and you have crafted some, we want to head over towards this small settlement. We are going to be using the same exact method and glitch that I just showed you at the start, where you can use your pal to attack a merchant and not receive a wanted level. And on top of that, you're going to be able to use a legendary sphere as well and not receive a wanted level. Alrighty, so now that you understand that, what we are going to use is a legendary sphere. If you use a hyper one or use one, possibly the yellow version, you're probably not going to have a high success rate. That's okay. This is where the legendary sphere comes in hand, because if you launch that sucker down, you can actually capture a merchant and the success is pretty high. What you may need to do is spam down the sphere until you're able to capture this specific merchant. If you do not get it down and you have to craft down some more sphere, do it. It's okay. You know, sometimes these things happen. What we need to do next is grab a bunch, and I mean a bunch of coins. And the best way to do this is head over towards the desolate church. What we are going to be doing now is heading towards the left side, and we are going to be going towards a specific merchant. This merchant now is going to be the Black Marketeer. If you're a current subscriber, then you may have already seen a video where I talk about a glitch with the Black Marketeer. If so, this is exactly what we're going to be doing in this clip right here. If you do not know exactly what to do not worry, I will be guiding you through this. All of these steps will make sense eventually for the AFK XP, so what we need to do is just continue along here and do the glitch. What you're going to do is travel towards the desolate church, head towards the left side, go down here, go towards the abandoned mine, and what you're going to see in the distance here at the end of the cave is going to be a Black Marketeer, an NPC, a merchant, whatever you want to call it. We are going to be able to attack him, but what we need to do is actually attack him while talking to him. You can spam down a bat, you can spam down a sword while talking to him. It honestly does not matter, as long as you're hitting him with some sort of blunt weapon. There is another method in which you talk to him right as your pal attacks, and this should freeze him. It's entirely up to you and what you would like to do. Once he's defeated, you will receive some coins and a key. Next, we're going to pause the game, leave to the main menu, then we'll start up the game, choose the world, and then start it up. What you should see is that the Black Marketeer has respawned, and you can then take him out for some more coins. The reason why we have done this is because we need to acquire a lot of money. And the only way to do this is through this black marketeer. Alrighty, so far we have captured a merchant and now we have collected a lot of money. What we need to do next is head towards our base, spawn down the merchant, and talk to him. You will be able to buy some items. The best part is that you can actually buy an unlimited amount of berries. Same thing with eggs and all the items that you see. But you do need the currency for it. What you can do is do the black marketeer glitch, grab a bunch of coins, then buy a bunch of berries. Then once you have acquired a bunch of berries, which by the way you can grab an infinite amount, just reiterating that, we are going to then use these berries on a cooking pot. And you will need a pal that can actually use that cooking pot, so make sure that you do have a fire type pal. Then we're going to go over here towards the pal box, and we're going to spawn down some flame type pals. Then you're going to head over here towards the right side, and you want to craft down a cooking pot. Throw those berries inside and you can just wait till you're maxed out on XP. Because you can buy a bunch of berries and you can just refill them up and sit right here. You can also duplicate a bunch of wood and use this as well. So this way you're doubling up on your XP. It's entirely up to you on what you would like to do, but the berry method is probably the best and easiest. Continuing along here, we're going to talk about a crazy base that you can build outside of the map, and it's pretty interesting. I do recommend that you check out the rest of this clip here so you can actually give me your honest opinion about it. What we're going to do is travel towards the bottom left here, and we want to head towards this fast travel point of interest. Once you're here, you will see that you're at some sort of docks. We then want to hop on top, get on top of our mount, which should be a flying type pal. You then want to hop on top of your pal, fly over here towards the marker that I had made a few seconds ago, and what you will need to do is then hop on top of the shack so that you can place your pal box. If you want, you can actually climb. You do not need to use your mount to get on top. It's entirely up to you. We're going to head towards the pal box and let's place that sucker down right on top of here. You may need to remove your pal if it's getting in the way, but you may need to just kind of move around until you're able to see that it can be placed. For example, right here. Now that the pal box has been placed, you can build it, and you can also build a foundation on the dock. And I'll show you a great example of this right here. I'm going to use the foundation. I'll head towards this dock right here, and then I'll place down the foundation like so. You can then build some walls, some stairs, and then you can build a floor so this way you can get on top, and then you can just have this like floating camp here. Now note, there is some things that you should worry about. For example, if you do try to place down your pal, there is a good chance that your pal is not going to work. This is the only negative part about this base glitch, is because you cannot use your pals. I mean, technically you can, because you can use your pals to build objects, but when it comes down to working for you, that's not going to happen. Now, I'm not too sure as to why you cannot use your pals out here to work for you, but the fact is they can build some objects for you, which is really not a big deal for me personally, because I have a lot of items, and this is all due to duplicating, and also because of the fact that I have some of my pals working for me. And speaking of duplication glitch, I do want to talk about this right here, because I know some of you have been struggling again with the glitch, and I do want to prove that it does work after the latest patch. Some of you might be thinking, well, what patch is that? Game Pass actually received a patch about maybe 3 days ago or 2 days ago, somewhere along there. What I'll be showing you in today's video is not the disconnection duplication glitch that you can use in dedicated servers. If you do not know about that glitch, I can link it down below. Just comment down below and I'll give you the link. On top of that, with the duplication glitches, both of these will work. Honestly, you can do either or, it doesn't matter. What I suggest is that you do the single player method. We need to locate this blue line near the edge of our camp. We also need some material to place down the object as well. Then we're going to choose the object of our choice. I will use a production line, and you can also use whatever you want, but place down that sucker right as you cross the line. Now pay attention to how much circuit boards I do have, because it will double. Also be mindful on where you're placing your object at, because sometimes when you try to place it down, it may pop up red, and this is probably going to mess up your timing. What I recommend is that you find a ground that is flat. Right here, this is probably a terrible example, but what I'm going to do is place it down right as I cross the line, like so. If done correctly, you should see that you still have the material that you had previously, and this will be placed down for free. Then what you're going to do is scrap that down. So you will receive some material, And as you can tell, I have received more circuit boards. And on top of that, I've received some other components as well, and you can just do this as much as you like. I hope that this video has been helpful for you, and if it has, let me know down below. As well as if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that. I will be answering those comments within the first hour or two. And before I go, I do want to say thank you guys for supporting the channel, and you guys have just been awesome in the last few days. It's just been incredible. Thank you once more, and with that being said, if you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.